After I quit my school when I was 11 years old, I slept for 1.5 years. I was just sleeping, doing nothing. I started my first bachelor when I was 15 years old. It's like a betting with your child life. I don't want to learn English, but German maybe I can. The biggest wrong thought in my life. Second time, rejected. I cut my hair like this short since then. I think it was the first time for them that somebody said, no, I will not.
The story you're about to hear is one of the most crazy and fascinating life stories of a designer I was able to hear until now. We follow the track of a petrol-blooded race car driver turned car designer who's just exceptional, but also the exception anywhere he goes. His story leads us from Korea to Germany, Sweden, Milan, to some of the most prestigious design institutions in the whole world. It has big wins, but also hardships, but always his signature humor. This is the life of design of Kimi.
My name is Kimi. Officially, I'm Hansol Kim, but my German name is Kimi. I named myself Kimi because my idol is Kimi Räikkönen from Finland, Formula 1 F1 driver. He does just exactly what he wants. So first, my name is come from that. And I'm from Korea. It has been a few days ago. It was 10 years anniversary for me. I came to Germany 23rd of March 2013, so it was 10 years. I've been studying from Muthesius, I think from 2016 to 2022, and between that, I was studying in E01 Institute of Design. I studied there transportation design, and at the Muthesius for my bachelor, industrial design, and master for interface design. And currently, I work as a user experience designer in Berlin by Interactivescape GmbH. Yeah.
So how did you get into design? Most people have some kind of story behind it. Maybe their parents were into it or something, but what is your story behind it?
Well, I think as much I can remember from my childhood, I already start from there. The thing is that at the beginning, I want to be a car designer. I don't know, somehow I was so into cars. So, and my dad was working in car industry for like a transmission, selling transmission parts. So I was surrounded by cars somehow. And I was actually want to be a rally driver. But so I was driving go-kart, racing at the circuit, being a part of championship. But somehow I had fun from drawing. So my dad was like telling me about the job like car designer. Yeah, if you like a car, drawing, car designer. So I was like, just from my childhood, okay, I want to do car. I want to be a car designer, but that's how I met about the design and how it started. Yeah,
That's interesting. And how did you go from there? You had that idea of becoming a car designer. So what was your next step towards it?
I quit from school. For me, it was quite sure to be a car designer. After my elementary school, when I was 11 years old, my dad asked me like, "Do you want to just do you want just do whatever you want? I can help you to quit the school. You don't need to learn everything from the school. Just do whatever you want."
Oh.
So I was like, yeah. Then I want to quit my school because I didn't want to go to school every morning. That was the only reason. I was too young for that to meet that decision. Yeah, then after I quit my school when I was 11 years old, I slept for 1.5 years. I was just sleeping, doing nothing. And the plus puberty, everything hit me, and my parents were working until like 11 in the evening or 0, and they go work before 8. So I was free, totally free. But my dad was like, okay, dude, somehow he knew I was just sleeping, doing nothing. So he was like, dude, that's not good. Just make that you get at the university somewhere, some university, I don't care what, graduate there, and get a bachelor before you get 19 years old, because then I need to go to military service. I'm gonna lose 2 years. So
Yeah.
my dad, like, if you are gonna be 19 years old and you didn't want to go to like middle school, high school, your life will be like hard. So
Mm.
it was like to be like a balanced state. Now you give all your energy and go to university, get your bachelor before you get be 19. So I started my first bachelor when I was 15 years old. So I got my first bachelor when I was 18 years old. And then I went to military service, came back.
What was your first bachelor in, and how does that work to start studying if you are 15?
I couldn't drink, I couldn't smoke, which is you need for creativity, you know. And my first bachelor was about the communication design, like a graphic design.
Mm.
And so, I was working with Illustrator 10.0, Photoshop 7.0. There was no InDesign, there was Quark, and there's no Figma, there was Flash and HTML from that time. It was quite hard to learn about that when I was 15 years old. It was quite hard. I don't understand. I didn't learn math. I didn't learn some like a structured things. I didn't know.
Do you think it was a good decision to do that?
For me, it was good, I think, I would say. But for my children in the future, I would never do that.
Mm.
It's so hard. I was so lucky. I mean, my dad told me like it was a kind of lottery. How do you like you bet? It's like a betting at the
Yeah.
casino with your child life, He was feeling so much like some guilty and worry and so on.
Mm.
And somehow luckily I got into the flow at the design. Okay, this is how it works. Okay, okay, I would do that.
Mm.
Yeah, it was quite hard. Yeah.
It sounds quite hard, but it sounds also like there was quite a lot of trust there for you to figure it out somehow.
Yeah. And what I learned from sleeping for 1.5 years was like time is so precious.
Mm.
I lost my time for 1.5 years from sleeping. I could do so much things. And I realized that, okay, that value, I lost it. Plus, I need to go to military service for 2 years.
Mm.
I'm not allowed to go home. I need to be there, and I get paid like 70 euro per month.
Mm.
And so I was like, okay, pulling me like with the time, I'm losing my time. So it's so precious. I think that's what I learned from my first bachelor. Not, I don't think the design was important for me, the time, about the time. It was the most important thing one. Yeah.
So then you went to mandatory military service.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
what happened afterwards? Or was there something during that time that was also influential for you?
I was trying to get into a university, like Hong University. They are like quite worldwide known for car design,
Mhm.
but applying for masters. So, and I was 20 years old. I
Mm.
was 20 years old, 21, somehow so young for the master.
Mm.
So I had a quite shiny future if I could study there as a master. I'm done with my master 27, no, 23.
Mm.
I could be like start my career like when I was 24 years old.
Mm.
Then at 30 years old, I might like quite higher position at the company, I guess. But the thing is, at the interview at the university, at the Hong University, the professors told me like, yeah, why did you leave like that? Why did you do that?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, because I won it. And he was like, yeah, does it means like, let's say some children want to be a soccer, like a football player. Does the children doesn't need to go to school, just do football every day and so on? Is it right? And they also like try to convince me to give my opportunity to for the older people who are like at 29 years old, 30 years old. because I was young, they were trying to convince me to tell them, yeah, the place is limited. Maybe you could give them chance because you are young.
Mm.
And I got so upset about them. So I was telling them like, yeah, why? But why are you asking me about why I live like this?
Mm.
You don't need to there's no need to ask. I'm here to learn how to design cars. I'm not here to give my opportunity for another people. I'm here to be like show my possibility, my potentials, and my talent. And I want to talk about this, not about why do I live it like that.
Mm.
So I was like having really emotional conversation with them, but it was first time ever in my life to think, why did I live like this? Like why? So it made me to look back, and I was just destroying. Like it felt like I'm not there.
Mm.
So it was the most hardest time in my whole life. I think I would say it is. And my teacher from that time, who teach me like how drawing cars, sketches, helped me for the portfolio. She told me like, I think you don't fit to Korea. You should go out from this country.
Mm.
And I had a aunt here who lives here like in Berlin since 40 years old, 40 years now. So I was like, okay, Germany, cars, and it doesn't cost something. In Korea, you pay 3,800 euro per every semester for your semester fee.
Mm.
Super expensive. Here, yeah, what
Yeah.
it's you pay like several hundred euro, or like when I started at the Mutesis, I paid like 125 euro, I think, in a semester, and I get a semester ticket. Even I get a travel ticket.
Mm.
I was like, okay, let's go to Germany. And also because I didn't like to learn English. I couldn't speak English. I was like, I don't want to learn English, but German maybe I can. It was the biggest like wrong thought in my life. It was one of the reasons because I didn't like to learn English. For the people who are listening this like interview and thinking, oh, I can learn German maybe. Think twice. Think twice. Yeah, so that's how I come to Germany, and I was trying to get into Pforzheim for to get in there. Yeah, but first like German and so on. Yeah.
Now we are basically at the point where you go to where you were in Germany and applying to different universities. And
Mm.
obviously your first address there was like Pforzheim, like the number one university for car design. How did
Yeah,
that go?
I was applying only Pforzheim actually.
Mm.
First of all, when I came here, I spent 1.5 years to learn German,
Mm.
and during that, I did like internship here in Berlin at the Werk 5.
Mm.
It's a modeling company because Pforzheim requires like you need to have a like 6 months in total experience with model making, working with metals, working with woods, working with some stuff like plastics and so on.
Mm.
So Werk 5, I don't know, it was also hard to get an internship as a foreigner in Germany.
Mm.
I printed out my like resume and portfolio. I made a list. I think in that time I had like 50 to 60 all names, addresses, and where they are, and I visit them personally and give them a resume. I even went to like a car workshop. So I need to work with the metal to apply for time. But middle of somewhere like I mean I apply. I got an answer like 3 months or even 5 months later from Werkfünf, so I can start my practicum internship. So I start there to work. So I was ready to prepare my portfolio after 1.5 years.
Mm.
Then I started to my portfolio, and I visit here portfolio course Klasse Mappe in Berlin,
Mhm.
and they're like you know when you want to be a car designer, you really need to good at the drawing. So I was good in drawing in that time. So all my colleagues, like friends from portfolio course, told me like, "Oh, you are so good at the drawings. How can you draw like this?" So I was like, being like confident about me.
Mm.
I applied, rejected first time.
Mm.
So I was like, shit. It hurt me because you being like having so much compliments and you get rejected from it. And so that was my first shock. And I was like, I need to leave there. I need to go there. I need to just go to Pforzheim somehow. I need to go there. So I moved there. And in Pforzheim, there was like a one portfolio course where people usually go there, and most of them get a place at Pforzheim. So
Mm.
I went there because, yeah. And I have a good connection, like, like I had a contact directly to the student from Pforzheim who studied there for transportation design, and they told me, like, yeah, you might be fast at the exam. Yeah, if you are good enough. That was the second time rejected. With
Do you know why? Did they tell you something about that?
I was quite confident about my drawing, like visualizing and sketching skills and so on. What I feel like is like when I look back now,
Mm.
when I look back my the days, it was about my character. Yeah, visualizing, I should able to communicate with it,
Mm.
but I need my own sketches, not like showing to someone, hey, look at this is cool. It wasn't about that. It was like, this is my sketch. This is my character. Here in the sketch, I'm there.
Mm.
But basic should be there. Like I'm able to draw something
Mm.
or visualize what I think. I had that, but there's no character.
Mm.
There's no characters on my sketch.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. But I think, yeah, then I had only one chance. You are allowed to apply maximum 3 times. So I
Yeah.
was like, I lived really like I cut my hair like this short since then. Still, I do this. I lived there like there in that time like some athletics. Wake up in the 7 in the morning, make a breakfast, eat. 8 in the morning, I like a warm up sketch, and 9 in the morning, I was doing the exam schedule every day.
Yeah.
Like you start from 9, you end up at 5 p.m.
Mm.
In the beginning, you need to draw something from your head, just from your memories. So I was trying that and make an hour. I need to visualize at least 3 in A2 paper, 3 visualizations, but people were doing like 5 to 11 A2 drawings in an hour,
Mm.
like really good ones. So I was like in the 7. I was able to draw that the 7 A2 paper, really good sketches
Mm.
in an hour. So that hours from 9 to 5,
Mm.
half a year. And because it was my last chance for everything, if I got rejected from Pforzheim, I need to go back to Korea. I don't get the visa anymore.
Mm.
So I was applying like a separately. So like a backups like Berlin, München, and yeah, I need to say thank you for the professor from München University, Professor Wickenheiser. When I got rejected from Pforzheim, and I also applied to like second time, I also applied to München, but there I also got rejected. So I was like, I just want to know why they reject me. So I wrote all emails to the professors. Hey, I need to talk with you. I want to know why. And Professor Wickenheiser was only one who answered me. Yeah, just come to me, my office. So I was like, yeah, when? Tomorrow. So I was traveling from Pforzheim to München immediately,
Yeah.
and he was like, oh, you have a bachelor already, your German is good, why do you want to study car design? Just come to my studio. I will train you to apply directly for a job, not for students,
Yeah.
not for being students. So I was like, I appreciate so much. I mean, he rent a studio in München where it's actually really expensive. Put Cintiqs for the students, put a plotter, and invited every week, at least twice in a week, like actual designers from every car brand to teach his students, not only from the university.
Mm.
So he was like, "Yeah, let's do this project together." So I was doing that. I was traveling to Pforzheim to Munich every week, like twice in a week. And yeah, then the third time I applied to Pforzheim, but I was like, one of my friends from portfolio course from Berlin was studying in Kiel, Mutesis.
Mm.
So she told me like, yeah, don't you want to try? Just try. So I tried, and after exam from Pforzheim, I went to Mutesis. Then just getting out from the Hauptbahnhof of Central Station, I had a feeling somehow I like this city. I feel like this is my city. And I had an interview with Martin Posler, Professor Martin Posler, and Professor who were there actually? Like
Ryan or Frank?
yeah, Professor Detlef Rein, Professor Frank Jakob. I'm just trying to remember if there was Professor Bettina Möhring. I think she wasn't there. I think I was in the with these three professors,
Mm.
and they asked me like, "Yeah, you're actually overqualified. You're too good." Um, and but we heard that you also applied for Pforzheim, and we see that your level. And I was like, yes, um, but their their approach to me was like, in Pforzheim is like, we can do this, professor, like teaching people, we can do this. We're gonna train you. We're gonna train you as a car designer. But at the Mutesis, I had a feeling, yeah, what do you want? We can support you.
Mm.
We will support you. We are ready to support you. What do you want? Like, let's do this together. Not like you are not trained yet. We gonna train you. So that feeling, I really liked it first, and I had a feeling like from my heart, this is my city, and it was totally right. And I think I was the first one that who said after like I got into Pforzheim, and I said no, I think I'm not gonna study there. Sorry. I think it was the first time for them that somebody said no, I will not.
Mm.
Yeah.
Damn.
That was a story until thesis now.
Yeah, it's a big and very, very interesting story.
It's a
Let
long story.
When we were both applying for UMIO, for the exchange semester, and there was part of your life story on there. And when I read it, I was like, "What the fuck happened there?" Like, this is so interesting. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
this is exactly why I wanted to have this, because it's such an interesting life story for sure.
I'm not normal. I hope.
I can also very much connect with the feeling you had when coming to Kiel, because it felt very similarly. I don't know, it just felt right.
Yeah, and I really love that, like how people. I think like how people in Kiel are really like kindly, friendly, and also like crazy. But I think that's just a consequence when you live in Berlin for 3 years and go somewhere else, especially to Kiel. People are friendly. Yeah, but also what I felt like cities like Berlin, Munich, Hamburg, I feel like it's a cheese which is like fill up, like it's solid.
Mm.
But in Kiel, I was like, it's like cheese with a lot of holes where I can get in there, fill up my stuff.
Mm.
I saw that. I mean, I'm not saying that Kiel is boring or like, I'm not saying Kiel is like empty or like that, but I saw I can be part of it.
Mm.
I felt like also from Mathesis they gave me an opportunity. Yeah, we are open for you. Come to us, fill up. Just fill up yourself here. We support you.
How did your study at Montesius go?
Well, I had really good start. I mean, I was 25 years old. I was quite older than other students, other my classmates. And I did know how to draw. I did know how to visualize something. I did know already how the like ideation phases and so on. I did know how to make some layouts already because I did graphic design before. Even though I'm really bad at graphic design, I know a bit. Like I learned a bit. So that was, I was quite, I knew quite too much. So at my second semester with Professor Bettina Mögen, it was really good to understand, like hold myself. I want to go push more, but I was like, okay, let's take down. And I know what she's saying, and let's do it. Let's try it. Even though it's not what I really want, it's a basic. So let's put me down, start with basic. And it's really good course. I really liked it. And for me, was like a focusing on understanding German way, German approach. So, yeah, after that, like it was like 6 years after I arrived in Germany.
Just as a clarification, because also this would be quite interesting for me as a German. What is the German way in your head?
In Korea, if you have some task, you need to finish it the next day. Finish it. If you have something finished, let's do once again. Flip, then it goes like, but in German way, it was like, take my time, think about it, what I want, and find it out how to stack, like develop. In Korea, at least my feeling is like, finish it, just finish it. And then you think. Then if you see some, okay, I could do this, do one more thing, new one. So, I mean, I feel like that's a character of Koreans. Like, it's a difference. Like, that's how, like, Korea is quite important, like not important, interesting place where when you want to test your product. If you have some product you can launch there, you're gonna see like immediately if it's good or not. People are crazy about the speed, trying out new things and so on. So in Germany, I was like, it was really good time for me to think about me. Like, what do I want? Like, not designing someone for someone. It's for me. It's my project. And that one, but still it was too slow for me. So I started to learn metalworking at the metal workshop, even though you actually start at second semester or like that.
Yeah, second semester.
From my first semester, I went there. I was like, hey, I want to learn how to work with the metal. And he was like, oh, okay, let's do. So I started to sanding, grinding, welding, everything. I started to make a furniture, and from that time, I don't know. It also like at the wood workshop. I almost lived there. I really liked. Okay, I sketch this. I go there, I make it, I see this. That process was so good. Like I really liked that things, and yeah. But I must say, for my whole bachelor, I never worked with 3D. Like I never worked with 3D program. Never ever. I mean, we have some course. I went there. I slept there. I didn't like it.
Do you know why?
It's about math. It's about numbers. And I don't like to think about something logically. I don't like it. At thesis semester, I start to learn how to make something with 3D programs. Because I am not able to make a technical drawings, I sketched like how to make from raw material, cut it off like this, in this measurement, in this way, like this cut off. I visualized that like a cartoon, like IKEA introduction. And then I went there to workshop technicians. Hey, I want to make this. This is my visualization. This is my plan. How do you think? And they said, yeah, it's good. Let's go. But one technician was saying, what is the measurement? What is the measurement? You bring me a measurement. And I mean, it's important. It's super important. But my approach was different. So, yeah, but it was for me also like a good learning process. Okay, measurement is important. Yeah. That was my second semester. And third semester, I have been in email, I think. No, it was Professor Martin Postler first. And then at fourth semester, I went to Umeå University.
And why Umeå?
Because they are good at car design. I was like, at least I want to try. At least I want to learn properly. But from bachelor program, you don't learn transportation design. At the bachelor program, you don't. So for me, it was like, okay, just let's get know about the university. So I applied, and there, in Umeå University, the whole design schools are staying in one building, one small building, and they share the kitchen together. All programs, master, bachelor programs. So they meet at the kitchen all the time, and they have a sauna. So they have a really good flow to like mixture of it. And every Monday, 10:15, there's a meeting. What's up Monday? So all students from bachelor, master, different programs, and professors and steps like coming to the hall, like around the stairs, and saying what is their plan, what they do this week, and what is their plan for the week. Every week they communicate together. So it was good. It was inspiring for me. And also I had the time, like I asked them, some workshop technician there, if I can borrow an analog camera, film camera. And he just gave me, yeah, you can take it. And I was like, okay, is it all? And he was like, yeah, what do you want more? And I was like, you didn't even ask me about my name. You don't know me. And he was like, yeah, just take it. You're a student. Nobody want to take it. So I was like, okay, that's good. And so I started to take a picture of students and staffs and professors. And every Monday morning, I printed out the whole picture from the week, and I gave them a picture every Monday morning. So I knew exactly where the people are sitting, where they are, who they are, their names. I knew from all departments, like bachelor, master, steps, and professors. They knew me also. So it was good time to like enjoy. And yeah, then I came back. I had some interesting projects, and like I don't even remember anymore. It was quite long. And yeah, but for sure, like a House by the Sea exhibition in Milano at the Milano Design Week. And then Mutesis Parallax, and we had been in the Berlin Design Week. And yeah, I think so. And at the fifth semester, oh yeah, I want to tell you about the story at the Milano Design Week. We had an exhibition there, and I was a driver. Like we had a van, our whole exhibition behind me, and I drove to Milano, the pair from Bachelor.
Yeah.
Because Airbnb was so expensive, we decided to sleep in the van when exhibition is out. So we put our mattress, we brought our mattress and our bicycle because our plan was like, okay, park outside of city. We take out our bicycle, we slept. After we slept there, we go to exhibition, was the plan. But so we parked somewhere in the night and we slept and we woke up, brushing our teeth in the van, coming out, sunlight, and then we realized it. We parked front of the some elementary school.
Okay.
And children were coming to school with their parents, and they're watching us like totally destroyed, like house homeless people. Was so sure that the parents were telling them children, dude, if you don't learn properly, that's your future. Coming out from the van, sleeping somewhere else. Yeah, and then we decide to sleep in our own exhibition when it closed. So we had like a big shelf, like facing here, like a dot exhibition. Here's the wall behind. So we had a small space here to sleep.
Yeah.
Because it was blocked. And so we slept there. And in the morning, I realized that my clothes were laying there outside, like outside of the exhibition, like but before door. And we had a huge window, like show window. So people were taking our exhibition from outside. But me, like having only underwear and my clothes are there. So I need to go there to get my my clothes. I was like, hi. That's what and then after that we just decide to sleep at the Airbnb from other people. That
Sounds
was
like a crazy time.
yeah. It was. I mean, it was fun. That was like when I was fourth or fifth semester.
Yeah.
No, yeah, in fifth semester I had Professor Frank Jakob and Detlef Rey. And at that moment, at that semester, I asked one of my best friend, Maren, from communication design, to join our semester project for industrial design. And so it was quite good combination. I mean, there wasn't, I don't know if, as I know, there was no pace like that. So that communication design student come to industry design do semester project together. I was like, yeah, let's work together. I don't know how, but let's go. We have good professors, and I want to let you experience together with me. And so we started, and the whole semester was like we didn't make some development. It was repeating, failing. But we were like, okay, let's find some way to get this through. How can we do our best? And blah blah blah. It was, and then in the end, at the final presentation, it worked so well, and we got our best grade from the whole class.
Damn.
So at the beginning, we were like the worst. We were worse. I'm so sure. But in the end, we were the best. I got 1.0.
What was the project like?
It was teilbar. It was sharing station. Like let's say if you have a drill, electrical drill, which you might use once in a year, once in a season, and it has so much things inside, complexity. So our question was like, I want to make a hole on the wall, not this electric device.
Yeah.
I need a hole on the wall. So let's share this with someone. I don't need to own it. And so we designed a web app, like application for the phone, and the box design, like a platform design. And like it wasn't only about visualizing. It was about meaning of the service. what does it do was the question.
Mm.
And so it was quite hard semester, but it was my best semester in my whole bachelor and master semester. It
Mm.
was best. And I still remember that Professor Ryan told us like it's really good example for us to tell someone, yeah, we had this experience and it worked so well.
Mm.
Like two completely different students worked together, came out with the best results. And I think that was the best compliment from my whole Theseus life. Yeah.
Sounds
And
amazing.
yeah, it was really
Damn.
good. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Then with masters, I had my second puberty at during masters.
The second what?
My second puberty.
Why so?
I don't know. I didn't want to do something. I think I was like quite tired from everything.
Mm.
And yeah,
Why did you decide interface master instead of the medical one?
because of the name, I didn't. For me, medical design is not my interest.
Mm.
No, but I love to do something like concept,
Mm.
work with concepts. So interface design first, yes, I love it. But I love to make the furnitures.
Mm.
So I was like, my imagination was like, I want to work with like something spatial, like a space
Yeah.
interface design. But interface design is typically like UI design, like elements, graphics, and then like how it's structured and so on.
Yeah.
And so it didn't fit to me that much. Um, but I was like, yeah, but now it's the time that I can study transportation design
Mm.
properly in email. So I applied for the
Mm.
master there. Mm, yeah, and yeah, but before that, my first semester project from my master at Mutesis, it was pattern, and I was having my puberty started. I wasn't motivated,
Mm.
but I still think I had an interesting project because it's about teaching Korean alphabets to people.
I remember.
Do
And
you
the
remember?
exhibition in the kiosk, and that was
Exactly.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I collaborated with David Knopf from Instrument of Things.
Mm.
I really think for him. He helped me to put, I mean, it was an exhibition or a project that I made a like wood piece of alphabets. I wrote the Korean alphabets on the wood. So, and with the colors where they should be. So people know how to write something. And if they wrote something, they can go to DJ, David Knopf. So
Mm.
he put the word what they wrote on the music patterns.
Mm.
So it was about the pattern project. Um, yeah, I that moment I enjoyed, but the whole process I wasn't that motivated as my bachelor's. Yeah,
Mm.
and also like in email, I wasn't that motivated. I was like, I realized it. Oh, okay, car design is not what I want to do.
Mm.
Then I realized, okay, it's not mine. Even though my whole life was like car design, and then I realized actually no, there's a lot of more interesting things what I would like to. So I was like, no, car is not not only thing. So
That's very interesting. What because even when I remember correctly, like even your part-time jobs were like car-based, being a limo driver to learn more about the auto industry or something like that.
yeah, I mean at the military service, I was truck driver. I was driving 11.5 ton cargo. I had 10 tires underneath, like under me, under my seats. And yeah, after that, I was working after military service. I worked like at the gas station, like tanking cars, like fueling cars. Here in Berlin, I work as a driver for Sixt, the rental cars.
Mm.
And I work as a limo driver, like for G20 Hamburg, for example, for and I work for IFA for VIPs and so on. And I mean, I still like car, but I cannot think it will be my future. I realize there's a lot of things to enjoy in the world, not only cars.
Mm.
If you're a car designer, you really do only car design.
Mm.
You- there's no space to do some to try out some another designs.
Mm.
But here, me as a user experience designer, for example, my clients are like energy company, car company, or museum, or whatever, like politician, smart city planning. I have no idea what they're doing, but I need to understand what they are doing, what they want to show, and I need to understand them.
Mm.
And so I learned a lot of things. So that's why I love this job. Yeah.
Fascinating. It sounds like you found something that fits very well. Previously, you were talking about how you thought purely 2D interfaces might not be your thing, and you want to have something more spatial and
Mm,
more physical.
yeah.
Do you still feel that way?
I mean, I still, you mean now?
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I do also like a spatial design, like a space design at my company.
Mm.
Some clients are asking us like, yeah, we want to do this, but how would it be like a room, like a space interaction? So I do sketch for them really quickly. Yeah, the moving path would be looks like this and so
Mm.
on. Yeah, I mean, I'm designer, but I do not do only design. I do marketing, I do video production, I do graphic design, I do user experience design, like conception, everything. And I am also like involved for like hardwares now.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
So it's product design as well also.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just do what I need to do and what I want to do. Uh,
Sounds exciting.
yeah.
So nice.
And the cool thing is this company, my company Interactive Scape,
Mm.
is sister company from Werk 5 where I did my internship for Model Nature.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the same people. It just extended and split it out because we are doing completely different way. They are doing a modeling company, and we split it out, but we are still in same building.
Yeah.
If we need something, we go to Werk 5. They have workshop. They have like a roboting CNC milling machine, KUKA, like one CNC milling machine, like this whole room, like
What?
a table is moving, like this 5 axis.
What for? Like for complete car models, or what for?
They make everything,
Wow.
literally everything. Yeah, mostly their architectures are their customers. Yeah,
Oh, okay. That's
yeah,
so cool. That
yeah,
sounds amazing.
yeah. So I have small mutations here.
True. I imagine that is something to really miss after leaving Mutesius, just the
Yeah.
workshops and having access to it.
Our workshop is my favorite, like Astrid, Keno,
Mm.
Kauke, and they're open they're really willing to help us.
Yeah, it's so nice.
Yeah. And I miss Bernd Fischer also, our
Yeah.
Hausmeister.
Well,
You
living
know,
there.
from my bachelor thesis, I was doing in my like it was a car project. Actually, car is moving around less than 20% of the daytime.
Mm.
Why do we need that actually?
Mm.
So I named my car, it's a Stehzeug.
Yeah.
It's not Fahrzeug. It's not driving thing. It's a staying thing. So I was like, yeah, let's use for 80%, not for 20%. 20% is additional function.
Mm.
So mainly for main function for 80%. Why did we think about it? Are we stupid? Was my like outgoing saying. Hey, people, cars are moving only less than by 20% of the daytime.
Yeah.
Why do we design for that? Let's design for 80%.
Mm.
And during that, I want to, I asked to my professors to make my model in one-to-one scale, like proper size, like one-to-one that I
Yeah.
can get here. And but they asked me like, yeah, maybe you can ask our counselor first,
Yeah.
like vice president.
Hmm.
And so I saw him on our canteen, like our lunch area. So I sat him like next to him, like, hi, my name is Kimi. I have some question. And he said, yeah, what do you want? I want to make a car model for my thesis project. I asked him directly. And he said, yeah, I will support you. I will bring this to our discussion. But for that, I need your professor's sign that they support this. So I was like, okay, I will ask. So I went there to Professor Detlef Rein, and he said, you know, like doing this, no, just I think it's better that you concentrate on small proper model, not the one-to-one. So I was like, okay, I will do that. So no problem. And yeah, and our housemaster Ben Fisher, he was like, yeah, you want to make your model one-to-one? You want to make a car? Should I make a place for you? I have a tent in the garage, like here in the basement. Should I make it for you? What do you need? Just tell me. I will support you. Yeah, he was really like serious about it.
Yeah.
I was so serious as well, and my workshop technicians like Kenu, Astrid, Frauke, they were like, okay, if you get this through, we will help you. You crazy boy, we will help you. Well,
Why did you want to do it in one-to-one? To have like a better way to experience it, or what?
yeah, but it was just my own desire that I want to leave something behind me at the Mutesius.
Hmm.
At the Mutesius there's a pavilion.
Yeah.
I want to have something behind me next to it. But it was all my own like will. So I mean, it could be cool. Yeah. And my car was the purpose of my car was like for using in the staying. Yeah. It would be just a bench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Uh,
Damn.
Thank you.
And now that we talked through your entire journey
Mm,
up to this point, or parts of it at least, like concerning your design journey, because obviously
yeah.
there's also a lot of other things happening in your life outside of that.
Yeah.
What do you think will happen in the future? Or do you wish for anything to happen in the future?
I don't think about it.
Hmm.
Like before that, I had a proper plan. Like I will go there, and I will be a car designer. I'm gonna make like my own design car in the world was my goal. I had a plan, I had a will and so on. But now it's like, my idol now, not only Kimi Raikkonen, but also Joker. Joker just say, I'm like a dog, like chasing the car like crazy. But once the dog catch the car, they don't know what to do. What should I do? And Joker said in the end, just to let the things go. Just let it go. Don't think about it. I like that thought quite a lot. So I was like, yeah, okay, I will not think about the future. I will just do what it is. What what do I feel now? Yeah. If I need to do something for what I'm wanting, I will do that. But I think I don't have any need to plan something. Yeah. Just enjoy now.